So let's talk about the first week of the process. We had the call about the cancer diagnosis, and they all said we need to wait for the PET scan. So the PET scan was the biggest challenge at that moment because everyone had said this is an aggressive cancer and we will know more if we get the PET scan, and we'll call you when we can schedule that. Well, me being me, that wasn't good enough. When you're told that someone you love has very little time, and this is an aggressive cancer that's, you visualize this stuff. This cancer is eating away at her. It's aggressive. It's every minute you see this person you love withering away. That's what's going on in your head. So I'm desperately trying to get this PET scan. I'm calling Kaiser. I'm calling Riverside Radiology, which you're on hold for at least 40 minutes before you can talk to someone. And then they tell you that the team that schedules PET scans is a different team and they'll have to call you. So I was calling probably twice, 3 times a day. But in the interim, I was thinking, I'm gonna get this PET scan done, even out of pocket, anywhere I can, because I need to stop this thing from taking my wife away from me. So I'm calling all over, Temecula Imaging, anywhere that said that they had PET scans available. I was getting nothing but the runaround. I couldn't schedule anything within the time that I thought was important or a good time frame that I would accept. But finally, we were able to get the PET scan. After all of this struggle, I would say it was a good week of calling twice, 3 times a day before we could actually get someone. I even got a call back from one of the PET scan scheduling people while we were in the oncologist appointment, and she's saying we have to reschedule the PET scan, and I was screaming at her in the oncologist's office saying we are not rescheduling this. And she's like, I don't have a tech, my tech called in. I'm like, get another tech, this is happening. Basically she hung up on me. She finally called me back after the appointment and said, I'm sorry, I found a tech, we can do it the following day. So it was only one day, well actually it was a weekend. I believe we couldn't get in there Friday, so we got in there Monday, I believe. Anyway, it was as quickly as we could make it happen after the tech called in. But these are the kind of things that an advocate can help with. Because in the meantime, my wife is going through all these emotions of, you're being told that you only have a few weeks to a couple years to live, that the chemotherapy that we're going to give you is going to break down your kidneys, your hair, your liver. It's devastating. The first appointment was devastating. The person that we had the appointment with had no bedside manner. We walked in, she basically said, this is your death sentence, congratulations, and sent us on our merry way. Not so merry, but you get the picture. So I had to shift into saving this person that I care so much about. And every minute that's ticking by, I'm thinking, I'm losing this person. What can I do to stop this? And so calling and making sure that you can get appointments quickly. I got the MRI scheduled. I got the ultrasound biopsy scheduled. Some of the things, we had no advocates. We had no care team, cancer guidance. So I'm scheduling as much as I can get done as quickly as I can get it done. So I'm going to Orange County, I'm going to Riverside, I'm going to Temecula. And unfortunately, when you're just trying to get things done quickly, you don't realize that, okay, one test, they do contrast, so they shoot you through with all this contrasting radioactivity stuff and take the image, and you can't do another image within 24 hours of that. You can't do an MRI 24 hours within the time that you got contrast, which is what we did. So we had to reschedule the MRI because of that. So this kind of stuff is going on, and every day that goes by, your stomach is leaving you, and you're just devastated over the fact that you could be losing this person, because every day that goes by is another day that you can't stop that cancer. So getting those tests done and getting the imaging done and making appointments as soon as you can is our job as advocates, because the person that's diagnosed is going through their own emotions and all of their confusion and questioning, and just, I mean, I can't even express what it must be like to be the actual patient that had this diagnosis given to them. So that was the beginning of this process. So if you can take away anything from this, don't wait for the facility to call you. Always call them first. I tracked down numbers. I got people's names. I was not going to accept a call to me. I was making the calls. So just keep that in mind. You might make a few people angry, but from what I understand, that's tough. So do what you can to save the ones you love. I'll be posting another one soon. Have a good night.